At exactly 1:23 a.m. on April 26, 1986, a massive explosion shattered the silence above the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Within seconds, reactor number 4 was torn apart, releasing deadly radiation into the night sky. The people standing nearby had no idea. They were witnessing the beginning of the world's worst nuclear disaster. But the explosion wasn't where this story began. Just a few hours earlier, everything inside the power plant seemed routine. Engineers believed they were performing a simple safety test, one they'd practiced before. No one expected the night to end in catastrophe. Back then, Chernobyl wasn't seen as a danger. It was one of the Soviet Union's greatest engineering achievements, supplying electricity to millions of people. To the outside world, it represented progress and confidence in nuclear power. That night, the team prepared for a routine safety test. Their goal was to find out whether the reactor could keep producing electricity for a few extra seconds during a power outage, just long enough for the emergency generators to start. The test was supposed to begin much earlier, but an unexpected delay forced the operators to wait for hours. By the time they finally started, the experienced day shift had gone home. The night shift would have to finish the job. As the test began, something unexpected happened. The reactor's power level dropped far lower than planned. Instead of stopping the experiment, the operators tried to recover the reactor, unaware they were pushing it into an increasingly unstable state. To keep the test moving, several automatic safety systems were turned off. One by one, the reactor's built-in protections disappeared. Inside the control room, the team still believed everything was under control. The test was almost over. The operators believed they had made it through the most difficult part. But inside reactor number 4, pressure was rising fast. In just a few seconds, everything would change forever. At exactly 1:23 a.m., the operators made one final decision. To end the safety test, they pressed the AZ-5 emergency shutdown button. It was designed to stop the reactor, but because of a hidden design flaw, it did the exact opposite. Seconds later, the reactor exploded. A powerful blast ripped through reactor number 4, followed almost instantly by a second explosion. A 2,000-ton concrete lid was hurled into the air, exposing the burning reactor core to the night sky. Then, everything went quiet. Dust filled the control room. Instruments stopped responding. Many of the operators refused to believe the reactor had exploded. They thought the sensors were wrong because a disaster like this wasn't supposed to be possible. Outside, the unimaginable had happened. Reactor number 4 was completely open to the sky. Burning graphite blocks lay scattered across the roof, releasing invisible radiation into the air. To the human eye, they looked harmless. Within minutes, firefighters rushed to the plant. They believed they were responding to an ordinary electrical fire. None of them were told the reactor had exploded or that deadly radiation was already covering the ground beneath their boots. As they climbed onto the roof, some firefighters picked up strange black blocks, thinking they were ordinary pieces of debris. In reality, they were holding highly radioactive graphite from the reactor core, one of the deadliest materials on Earth. Only minutes later, many firefighters began feeling sick. Some complained of a strange metallic taste in their mouths. Others became dizzy, weak, and exhausted. They still didn't know it, but their bodies had already absorbed massive doses of radiation. Inside the control room, confusion turned into fear. Outside, radiation spread across the city. The explosion was over, but the real disaster was only beginning. And by sunrise, the invisible cloud had already started drifting far beyond Chernobyl. Just 3 kilometers away, the city of Pripyat woke up like any other Saturday morning. Children played outside. Families walked through the streets. Couples enjoyed the fresh spring air. No one had been warned that invisible radiation was already drifting across the city. For nearly 2 days, officials delayed a full evacuation. Instead of warning the public, many people were told everything was under control. But radiation doesn't wait, and every passing hour increased the danger. On April 27th, hundreds of buses rolled into Pripyat. Residents were told to bring only essential belongings because they would be back in a few days. They locked their doors, boarded the buses, and unknowingly left their homes forever. Today, Pripyat still stands, silent and empty. Nature has reclaimed the streets, but the memories remain. Chernobyl wasn't just a nuclear accident. It was a human tragedy that changed the world forever, and a reminder that even the smallest decisions can carry unimaginable consequences. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to ShadowStick Archives for more true stories that shaped history.